It has a distinctive look and a story you believe. You bought it because it makes you feel special. You thought you knew it well. You were wrong. Welcome to the world of intentional deception.
Think of Himalayan pink salt, and your mind probably goes straight to the roof of the world. Picture pristine, snowy peaks, high-end wellness spas, and chefs delicately sprinkling pink crystals over expensive dishes. People gladly pay up to 20 times the price of regular table salt for this exact aesthetic. The bottles promise 84 essential trace minerals and ancient healing properties, supposedly locked within the crystal structure. But the geography on the label is fake, and the science behind the healing is non-existent. If we actually audit the label on a grinder of premium pink salt, we find a story that has nothing to do with wellness. We find a global branding war, intense supply chain exploitation, and a fierce geopolitical battle hiding right inside the bottle. The bottle in your pantry represents a triumph of branding over logistics, where snowy imagery is used to mask a very different, much hotter reality. Let's start with the most obvious word on the label: Himalayan. You might assume this salt is painstakingly harvested from the freezing high-altitude slopes of Nepal. It isn't. To find the real source, we pull away from Nepal on the map, heading hundreds of miles south into the Punjab region of Pakistan. The vast majority of authentic pink salt comes from a single location about 100 miles south of Islamabad, the Kaura salt mine. There is no snow here. We are looking at a sweltering, dark labyrinth. It stretches 25 miles across 19 separate stories, plunging deep beneath the Earth's surface. The deposit itself is the dehydrated remnant of an ancient inland sea. Shifting tectonic plates trapped this body of water millions of years ago, eventually leaving behind massive subterranean rock formations. When you buy a bottle of Himalayan salt, you are buying a subterranean Pakistani rock. Then there are the health claims. Marketers lean heavily on the idea that the salt's rich mineral profile cleanses the body and balances acidity. The primary evidence they offer is the salt's signature pink hue. In reality, that color comes from a high concentration of iron oxide. The salt is pink because it's full of rust. While it does contain trace elements like potassium and magnesium, the concentrations are too small to impact human biology. You would need to consume a lethal 3.7 pounds of this salt in a single sitting just to meet your basic daily potassium requirement. Strip away the aesthetic appeal and the rust, and this product is functionally and nutritionally identical to the cheapest table salt on the supermarket shelf. The final pillar of the myth is the premium price tag. You might expect an expensive boutique product to use advanced ethical extraction methods. Instead, Cura relies on a room and pillar mining system established by the British in the 1870s. Inside the mine, laborers work in extreme heat. They use hand-cranked drills, gunpowder, and brute force to blast away the rock face, manually loading the heavy pink slabs into carts. For this back-breaking labor, a miner earns around $2.75 for every ton of rock they excavate. Meanwhile, Western retailers charge $8 for a tiny 4-ounce grinder. That massive discrepancy is where the geopolitics come in. For decades, Pakistan exported the raw, unrefined rock salt in bulk across the border to India at incredibly low prices. Indian businesses took that cheap raw material, refined it, packaged it, and aggressively marketed it to the West under the Himalayan name. They effectively erased Pakistan from the supply chain and kept the massive global profit margins for themselves. This systemic economic drain triggered a fierce response. Pakistan is now aggressively pursuing a geographical indication tag, a strict legal protection meant to prevent neighboring countries from importing the raw rock and stealing the lucrative branding. They are fighting to force the profits back to the salt's true country of origin. That premium price tag at the grocery store doesn't pay for purity. It subsidizes an exploited labor force and a massive, ongoing geopolitical rebranding scheme. Millions of consumers willingly pay a 2,000% markup for rusty rock salt, driven entirely by the power of a cleverly engineered name. The single word Himalayan successfully erased the dark, sweaty depths of the Cura mine, hiding a bitter international trade war behind a veil of high-end wellness. Pink salt serves as a map of modern consumer psychology, demonstrating how one carefully selected word can override geography, economics, and common sense. If marketing can convince the world that a hot subterranean rock from Pakistan is a snowy miracle cure, what else in your pantry is telling you a